So I am John McGeary. I teach at Geneva College. I teach a variety of classes here. Pretty much anything that involves writing is something that I often get a chance to teach, but I love the basics like basic composition, but I've taught different creative writing classes and film class. And I was never somebody who knew I wanted to teach. I knew early in high school that I wanted to write, and I like fiction and a lot of different writers that I was excited by. So I did like to read at an early age. And basically, when I got to college, it was other teachers that I had that really inspired me, and I just always got very good feedback from my professors that it was something I was good at. Not so much any one thing that got me into teaching, so much as consciously or just my mother was always a really big influence in my life. And to this day, one of the greatest teachers that I've ever had. But she wasn't trained to be a teacher in any way. She just always loved learning. It always excited her, and that was contagious, I found. As far as my personal teaching style, I don't really consciously have one to some extent. I think one of the things that I do, and this isn't particularly for teaching, but I spend a good deal of time trying to keep up with foreign news, foreign information, and so because of that, I find that I do in class sort of spontaneously fall off the scheduled course material into sort of long rabbit trails or whatever, because I find it to be relevant to the topic. But knowing what's going on in the world can be one of the best illustrations, particularly for students, because there is something to the classroom that begins to make the world feel small. And so, yeah, one thing that I'd like every student of mine to know or think about. We in the United States, what we do matters a lot, and we need to realize that things need to change, and we're the only ones going to do it. I don't want to ever just comfort students about where they are, how they feel. I do like to talk and joke, and sometimes that's how I deal best with sort of the emotions that I'm going through, but I would hope all students take life very seriously in all of its aspects. And I don't want my teaching to become routine or mundane, that I just sort of keep teaching the same principles about how to write, but what we communicate, what things we decide are important, what things we put to the forefront and keep putting out in front of us, whether that's dealing with injustice or celebrating things that are beautiful, or talking about what we need to change. This is why we write, not just, and so I don't want to just be a how to write type teacher, I guess. So, yeah, I think that's